What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Leave It to the Judges MMA show. I'm with the boys, Xavier and Nick, as always. Guys, today we're going to be previewing next week's card, which is Strickland versus Fluffy Hernandez. Low-key, one of the best fight night main events in a while. This truly feels like something that's worth a crowd. Contender versus contender. Strickland's still a huge name in the sport, even though he's not as relevant competitively. And Fluffy's that up-and-comer. Looks like Marab out there. What do you guys see out there?
Well, I think this is a hell of a scrap. Um, I mean, when you're number four, you don't have that many more people to like. You don't have that many more bases to go up before you get to that title shot. And I mean, Sean Strickland is a guy that if we're honest, much respect to Sean, but we have felt for a while he's been kind of like had like holding up, one of those top coveted spots in the rankings, while people that we thought that probably might beat him were, ranked below. And it's time to put his money where his mouth is and defend that number three rank. I think that there is a path for him here. I don't think for sure that like this is a foregone conclusion. He has a chance with a jab. He's always had good takedown defense, and I mean, unlike DDP, to be fair, I don't think Anthony Hernandez is gonna like size mog him. Um, that being said, I don't think that he has the power to deter Fluffy, man. Fluffy is forward pressure style, constant grappling, solid striking as well. Um, and seemingly endless gas tank. I mean, Sean has a good gas tank too, but that's way more conditional upon the fact that he like a lot of his fights, he likes to kind of dictate the pace and keep him kind of slow and methodical, putting jabs on his opponents. Fluffy, I don't think is gonna like allow him to fight that way. I think Fluffy's gonna get on his ass. Um, and yeah, I think that Fluffy is gonna either maybe find a late sub potentially, or just get like a unanimous decision here. I think that the further the fight goes on, it favors Fluffy more. Even though maybe like they might split the first two rounds. I see Sean being competitive early with the jab when he's fresh.
Yeah, I think this is a terrible matchup for Sean, in my opinion. I think he does his best work at range, just kind of moving around on the outside, being on his defensive striking shit. I just don't know how Sean would do in a war, and I think Fluffy will bring it to him no matter what happens. But more importantly, he's getting these takedowns. Let's just be for real. I call it like I see it, and Mr. Strickland, my boy DDP easily took him down. So I don't think Fluffy will have any problems, especially chain wrestling. He's gonna be on him. I think Sean has somewhat of a chance if he could keep this on the feet, but I just don't see that happening. I think Fluffy is too good with his pressure, and I think he's good enough to like defend the strikes well, and Sean just got no pop, like you said, X. He's got no pop. Never has. And I just don't see him winning a war out here. I just don't see it.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you guys. I'm taking Fluffy Hernandez here. Strickland, I like the idea of this matchup for him. Like he should be the superior counter striker. He has decent counter grappling, but we haven't seen that in a really long time. I don't like his schedule. Like he hasn't fought in nearly a year for what reason? I don't know why. He's always doing stuff outside of the cage, but I just think it's Fluffy's time, and I think he's gonna win a decision. It's hard to see Strickland getting finished, but I'll go Fluffy by decision. But what does a win mean for each of these guys?
I mean, I think a win for Sean Strickland could potentially get him a title shot, man. I mean, I think that between the beef he has with, I mean, the beef for like the history he has with Hamzat, with them like shit talking each other and like training together in the past and shit. Couple that with the fact that, the UFC recently has been trying to push more American fighters. Um, I think that the fact that DDP, even though like it's a fresh champ now, it's a fresh matchup. Strickland definitely sells, to the casual audience a little bit more than a lot of these guys. He's gonna talk his shit. Him versus Hamzat will be like a fun press conference situation. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a fun build up. He'll be tweeting his shit. You know what I mean? Um, I can see them maybe trying to like, especially like as impressive as Fluffy is. You know what I mean? Like, I could see them giving him a quick little title shot, like off of a win, and then for Fluffy, like this is the logical next step up for him. I mean, Hamza's gonna defend against Nasruddin, and then boom, who's that? Like that's next. He will be basically next, get the next title shot with a win here, especially if he can make it look impressive. DDP's gonna have to fight another fight before he's in the conversation again, and then we like Nasruddin's next. So I mean, whoever wins this fight basically gets the next title shot, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too, unless somehow, God forbid, Brendan Allen finds his way into a title shot opportunity. But I do think this is a title eliminator. I think it just has to be neither of them have fought Hamzat. There's no one really that I could see climb up quick enough based on matchups, and Imovov's getting the next shot. So I think, I mean, who knows though? Because is Hamza fighting more than once this year?
Great question.
God, I hope so.
But I think it should be a title eliminator.
Speaking of Hamzat, everyone, including us, is looking at him as this like untouchable guy at 185 right now. Is there anything that these two fighters that can do on Saturday night to kind of, change your mind a little bit?
No.
I would say only if at least if Fluffy goes out there and like runs through him. But outside of that, probably not.
Yeah, Fluffy getting like a really early finish would be insane, but it should be a great fight.
I would say no because Fluffy, like, if he gets a quick finish, like with his hands, I might be a little bit more impressed. But if he were to like sub up Sean quickly, like, I just think that like Fluffy's biggest strength is in his grappling, and I just feel like Hamza is one better there, and two, and more importantly, probably more physically dominating. Like, I think he's the more like he's the stronger of the two. He's gonna have the physicality edge, and I think that largely Fluffy like relies on wearing his opponents down. It's way more of like a cardio race kind of fight. You know what I mean? Like his strength is kind of like grappling, but it's more like beats you up, wear you down, and then like it gets really bad when you get gassed and he's not gassed. Whereas I feel like early he's just not gonna have any like much success against like a Hamza. So like I don't think that this matchup really would show me much. Maybe if he like dominated like a DDP similarly to Hamza, then I might be like more impressed with it, I guess.
For sure. All right, guys, let's move on to the co-main event. Interesting fight. We got Jeff Neal versus Uzar Medic. Um, who has more to gain here? And what do you guys thought this is a co-main event?
Um, I mean, I guess Neil.
Went off a tough L.
I mean, no, I guess Medic just because like he can get into the rankings. He's not ranked right now. Um,
This get added. I'm not seeing on ESPN's thing.
I'm looking at the UFC's website. This maybe the order's off.
Mm, Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
But I would say Medic just because like I mean Neo kind of has been where he like holding his spot in the UFC for a while, where he kind of is that gatekeeper, um he beats a lot of guys and then loses to the top guys, and that's just kind of how it goes. Um, so like beating Medic, like I would kind of expect him to win this matchup, to be honest with you. So that's why I can't say that he has more to gain with the win. I'd be more impressed with Medic for passing the Neo test, I guess.
uh, I don't know. It's a tough one to call. I would say it's honestly tough. I feel like they could be even in the boxing. I'd lean Jeff Neal for that. I just kind of expect this to be on the feet. I think they're just gonna slug it out. And I do give Jeff a chance in that fight, but he has been getting knocked out lately.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I do kind of lean Medic just because he can punch pretty hard. He's got good weapons. Be kind of a big upset to me, but for some reason, but I do think Jeff Neal's been sliding a little bit lately.
Is the clock ticking for Mr. Neal?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
the clock's damn near on the floor. Like, give me a second.
I think we said in our last video that man he might have to pack it up right now out of these rankings. And this will do it, I believe, if he loses this.
Yeah. All right, let's keep moving down the card, guys. Next up is Ige versus Costa. Costa coming off that really impressive win against who was it? Ferreira?
Morgan Charrier.
Oh, Charrier. No, no, yeah, the French guy. Yeah, yeah,
Knocked him the fuck out.
yeah.
Crazy.
And
Damn.
t taking on Dan Ige. What was Dan Ige's last fight?
No clue.
He,
Probably lost.
he lost to he lost the decision to Pitbull.
Pitbull. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
No, I think this is a big fight for Milky Costa, man. I think he's been streaking for a while now. Had, a little bit of a, you know, win some, lose some kind of start to his career. But I think that in the past couple years, he's been really like locked in. I think he hasn't lost since 2023. He's on a one, two, three, four. He's on like a five-fight win streak, man. Getting his crack at the rankings, man. And I think that Dan Ige, for where he is in his career, I think he's vulnerable. I think that this is a good fight for Milky Costa. Um, I could see him winning this fight by knockout or sub, I would say, or by decision. I think that he's gonna have the grappling advantage in this fight. And while Ige, I think, has a technique advantage on the feet, I think that the youth and like more primeness of Costa might like he might land the bigger shots that might like lead to some, grappling exchanges where like either Costa can maybe find a finish or just like get some top control and get maybe some ground strikes off, win the rounds type shit. I can see like maybe a 29-28 or maybe like a club and sub kind of finish for Costa here.
Yeah, I've been pretty impressed by Coast the last few years. I should have low-key taken him in the draft. We should still do the sub thing. I'm all down for the one sub fighter thing.
Hey, I'm for that.
Uh, with this fight, I got Costa winning. I do think this is a tough fight for him. I do think Ige will handle himself in there. I think Costa still has a little bit to go in the progression, but I think it's very good right now. And Dan, let's see how old you are, buddy. He's only 34, not terrible.
Thought he was older.
Yeah,
He's
but
like
he,
an old 34 though.
Sure,
Like
yeah. He's
he's
been in it for a minute.
in MMA, it's not always about your biological age, man. It's about your MMA age. Like, you know what I mean? I think like Aldo was like 32 when it was like, oh man, like Aldo really not the same anymore. You know what I mean? Like it's more about like the wars you go through, the damage you take, how
All
you
those weight
train,
cuts.
the weight cuts, yeah, like how you train, like are you sparring constantly? Are you losing brain cells in the gym? Like, you know what I mean? Like all that shit matters. Your nutrition, all that.
yeah, facts. But I'm just gonna take Hosta because I think he has more weapons. I think I think this will mostly be on the feet. Maybe they'll wrestle a little bit, but and I think Costa can win there. He just got to go at Ige. Don't give him like I say just crash into him, screw it, and just go at him. And I think he should get it done that way pretty handily. Yeah, Costa winning this. He winning this fight.
Thanks.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. All right, guys, we're gonna go to the heavyweight division. Number seven,
Oh
Sergey.
no,
No,
please.
we're here. We are here. Number seven, Sergey Spivak
No.
versus number nine, Ante Delija. Delija coming off that tough L to Costa. That was a tough L after he eye poked him. And then Spivak is also coming off the L to Waldo, but it's a decision. So both coming off L's to Waldo. What's in store for us, guys, in this heavyweight bout?
Probably a bad fight. That's what we're in store for.
The polar bear.
I've been looking at this one the whole time because basically get a coin and flip it. Just flip it. I will lean Deja only because I do think he has the potential of putting people out, which I don't think I've ever seen Spivak do. And Delisha handled himself well versus Tybura, who I feel like is a similar level as like a Spivak. So I'm just gonna trust Delisha, but flip a coin on this one. Maybe Spivak gets him with the takedowns, but we need Spivak out of these rankings soon.
Thanks.
All right.
Yeah, I'm also gonna more so bet against Spivak than bet for Delisha. I just haven't been impressed with Spivak in a while. I mean, at the end of 2024, he subbed up Tybura, but I mean, getting knocked out by Almeida round one, that's not great. And I mean, I guess going the distance with Costa is solid, but I mean, he didn't look impressive in that fight either. I just think that he looks very slow out there, and I just can't see him like being motivated. That's really what it is. Was more of a question of for me, like motivation. I think that Delija has more to like gain. He's on his ascent more so I'm just gonna side with him, even though like it's heavyweight. Like, don't bet too crazily on it. Heavyweight UFC, just because like low level heavyweight UFC, I would say, just because like this shit could go either way. They could just both gas out in like a round and a half and just like hug each other for another round and a half. So who knows?
Yeah. Hopefully it's a good fight. Heavyweight needs it, Lord knows. All right, guys. Let's move down the card. We got Jacoby Smith versus Seokian Ko. Ko is 2-0 in the UFC. Jacoby Smith, I believe, is undefeated at 11-0. This should be a fun fight at welterweight.
Yeah, Cole coming off that win against Phil Rowe, I think. Let me check. Yeah, against Phil Rowe. Um, I think Jacoby Smith should get this dub, man. He just looked really impressive since he debuted. Two finishes, one KO, one sub over Nico Price, like a nice little litmus test vet. I think Jacoby Smith on the ascent here. Um, but I think that he should pass the. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his first name, but the co-test. Um, but it should be a good scrap.
Yeah, same. I'm going Jacoby Smith. I think he has a lot of potential in the UFC. I like what I've seen so far. It's pretty big welterweight too, 6'2". Um, and I think this should be a good scrap. I've been impressed what I've seen off Ko as well. But I think Jacoby Smith will be a little too much for Ko. I think it'll be a little too much. So, I don't know how it's gonna go, but I think it'll be a finish either way, low key. I think the way they fight. So I'd say like Smith round two, get a little sub in there. At least the wrestle gravel.
Yeah, yeah. I like the well-roundedness of Jacoby Smith. Like I can see a club and sub. I could just see a straight sub. Like I'm with that call.
This last fight on the main card. I don't know why there's six fights on the main card on the UFC's website, but we're gonna talk about it anyways. Michelle Pereira versus Zach Reese. Pereira is on a tough skid, getting finished two out of his last three fights, and they were pretty bad finishes, both of them. Zach Reese is, he's a tough challenge. He's been really good in the UFC. What do you guys see going down here?
What was his last fight? Did he just lose? Like,
No, no, no. He won.
did he
He,
lose
It be,
one
he's
before?
been on he's been on like a little 3 fight win streak damn near, I think.
Oh, okay.
He had some weird shit with Dumas. It says could not continue. So I guess he
oh
got
yeah, no, yeah, I forgot about that one. I thought he beat him.
nah he beat Dumas, I think, but I don't know. It's not showing up as a win. I don't know. Maybe it was like a no contest or some shit.
Yeah,
Uh,
it probably was.
but Zach Reese is pretty decent, man. He's definitely the fighter with the upwards momentum here. Michel Pereira, man, I don't know. He's always exciting in there, but like recently his gas tank has been just getting tapped out so quickly. Like I bet on him like the last two fights, I think, to even go like or to even win like plus points, and like his gas tank just abandons him so quick. Like I don't know what's been going on, if it's just like a lack of effort or what, but I just can't trust him anymore to fight for more than a round and a half. And like even though he always has a chance to land something crazy early, it seems like he only has like 3 minutes of like danger in him these days. And then it's like, that dancing around pot shotty style that just I don't see beating a Zachary. So I mean I'm gonna take Zach Reese here. Just because, like, Zach Reese, I don't think he's ever been. Oh, I guess he was knocked out before in the UFC, but he hasn't been knocked out in a while. Since like in like over a year now, and I just don't think that Michel Pereira is going to be the one to knock him out, man. Just because, like, I just don't think that he has more than 3 minutes of cardio in him anymore.
Yeah, it's tough to trust Pahea right now after the last few fights. Um, I mean, based on what I've seen out of these two guys, I would normally take Pahea here.
Yes, it's like I want to, but like I've been burned too many times by that lack of cardio.
Yeah, and Reese has looked pretty good recently. It's against way worse comp, though. I will say these wins are just not very inspiring to me. And his law, who is it? Bokayev's pretty solid, but Cody Brundage, first round KO.
Yeah, yeah, I was looking through that. That was a bad sign.
But he beat Todorovic by unanimous decision. I mean, he gets knocked out a lot. I don't trust either person in this matchup. I will lean Zach Reese just off youth, and his cardio probably is just better, so we'll lean on that.
All right, guys, let's move to the prelims of this card, and they're actually pretty juicy. There's some good value on here. Where do you guys want to start?
Mm.
We start at the top with Chidi Bang Bang versus Carlos Leal. That's a good fight.
It's a good one.
Leal coming off that fucking loss to Muslim Salikov, got fucking chinned. I can see Chidi Bang Bang doing something similar to him, to be honest. Um, yeah, I think Chidi, also coming off a loss around one sub, so both of these guys need to rebound here. Um, I think just Chidi hits fucking hard as fuck, and coming off a loss, I mean, coming off of a KO loss and then going in against Chidi is not like in anyone's best interest, I would say. Coming off of a sub, a round one sub is not as bad to me. So give me Chidi in this fight.
Yeah, this should be a good scrap. Kind of a toss up. I think this is another coin flip fight because I love Cheaty Bang Bang, but over the last few years, it's been very 50-50.
Yeah, he looks like two out there sometimes.
And he is 37. He came into the UFC a little later,
Facts.
and I just feel like sometimes, I mean, Leal's still pretty good. He packs a good punch, good combos. I could see Chitty chinning him, but I don't know. Like, I always get worried when I see that number get up to 37. It it's a tough one for me. I would lean.
Yeah.
Oh, I would lean Chitty, I think, because now I'm looking. He has a 6-inch reach advantage, but I don't know.
It is coin flip, you never know. Like he has looked kind of shitty, like Chidi has looked like kind of shit the more fights have gone on recently. So I'm basically picking this based on the fact that I think that in rounds one or two he can probably put Liao down. I think he has like another highlight, especially with this like UFC 25K fitness bonus. I think he'll be motivated to, I think he knows that he's in there for a good time, a short time, not a long time. And I think that he'll try to like maximize in round one and two, like get that finish versus trying to like point fight and shit. Like, fuck the win. Like, fuck the decision win. Like, go out there and like put hands on that man's chin and put him down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a. I think it's gonna be a war on the feet. I think they're just gonna go for it.
Facts.
Let's talk about this flyweight bout really quickly. Ode Osborne versus Idris, who coming off that L in the tough finale back in August, but and Ode Osborne coming off that L to Steve Urzek, I believe, but I'm pretty intrigued about this fight.
I don't really remember Idris fighting. I probably watched it, but like I don't like have a mental recollection of that fight. But Ode is dangerous for anybody, man. Um, he gave Ursek a good scrap in his last fight. So I mean, I'm not sure like who I favor in this fight, just because like I know that where I rate Ode, I just don't really know like where what to do with Idris here. So I can't really predict it properly.
I well, we were lucky enough to see Alibi live at the Chicago event. The fight itself, I'll be honest, I thought he got kind of ran over a
Hmm.
lot of the fight. I thought Morales was beating him to the wrestling positions. He was out wrestling, grappling him there, which is his bread and butter for the most part.
Hmm.
On the feet, he's all right. Like the whole season, I thought he was undefeated before that loss. He was looking good, but it was like, is this undefeated good? I don't know. And we found out a little. He was a big favorite in that fight, I believe, as well. I think it was
Yeah.
like minus 300, like minus 300 plus. And I would say, kind of got dominated, I think, most of the fight. So I gotta go with Ode Osborne. I just think way more UFC experience. I think also the better of the two on the feet for sure. I think Osborne has a lot more weapons there. Um, but Alibi's gonna probably try to get this to the ground versus Ode, which that's the only struggling thing. I think Ode has struggled with that in his career. But I just don't know how good Alibi is. And based on the comp, Osborne, they love giving him good competition. Like they kind of they're just gonna giving them good fighters at the wrong time, I feel. And I feel like this one's a way bigger step down in comp. So I would lean Ode honestly in this.
Yeah, I think I am too. I was impressed with Alibi in the tough show, but he did get ran over in the finale, and Ode just had a pretty close fight with Herzog. I know his record's not glamorous, but I think the vet gets the dub here.
Oh yeah.
Anything else in the card, boys? Shout out Jocelyn Edwards.
That's what I was gonna say. Shout out Jocelyn Edwards, man. Going up against Nora Cornhill.
A good fight.
Yeah, I'm going for Jocelyn Edwards here. Um, I fought with her. I fought with her style, and I hope that she can climb up these bantamweight rankings, man. Bantamweight kind of needs some new blood at the top.
Oh, Jeff Neal is on this card. Stupid ESPN put it like all the way at the bottom.
Oh,
That's why.
yeah, it's like the co-main on
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
crazy. It's the co-main, respectfully.
I mean it I feel like
respectful.
it would be though on this card. I'd kind of rather have Ige and Costa, right, y'all?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I would think is the bigger fight.
Um, Give me a performance and fight of the night prediction.
I
Mm.
think performance bonus. Uh, well, I guess performance bonus. I can see them giving that to Fluffy. First of all, I don't think he's gonna get like a finish bonus, but like I think he could really just like whoop Sean's ass down the stretch, like 3, 4, and 5. I can see him putting a beating on Sean with Sean like surviving though, and maybe getting a performance bonus for that. I could also see Jacoby Smith somehow finding some decent club and sub, or just either sub or just straight submission. So I'm gonna go Jacoby Smith or Fluffy.
I like that. I think performance of the night, I would definitely go Fluffy. But I'm gonna go what's his way? Yadir Devil.
Yeah, I was gonna also pick him against Jordan Levitt, Monkey
Yeah.
King.
Jordan Levitt could be tough sometimes, but off of what I've seen of Devil so far, I think he will run through him, respectfully run through him.
Respectfully.
Yeah. And so I would also say him. Fight of the night, I would like. I think honestly, I do think it'll be Chitty and Leal. I think they're just gonna get at it.
Oh yeah.
Fight of the night, I'll go Ige Costa. I feel like it'll just be really close,
Fuck
back
yeah.
and forth, momentum swings. Performance, I'm trying to pick someone different.
Oh, the heavyweights, Ed. One of the heavyweights.
The Lige? Oh no, maybe Medic, Medics. How do you say his last name?
Medic.
Medic, yeah. Yeah, dude, I was gonna pick that for fight of the night maybe because I feel like it's just gonna be a war on the feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pick him for performance. I think unfortunately Jeff Neal might get chinned here.
Yeah, I could see it, man. I have to hold out hope that there's a little bit left in the tank, but
Hands of steel.
I mean, shit. Because I mean, he has been losing to good people, man. I mean, he had a split decision with Ian Gary. That was a close fight. And then he just got boomed by Protez, but it's Protez, you know. I have to think that this is a step down. And before that, he beat RDA. So it's like, it's not like he's on some big skid, man. I have to think that Medic ain't Protez, and I think Neil can fucking dig his heels in here. But we'll see, we'll see.
And, anything else on the card, guys? Did you want to make a parlay, some bets on this one? You guys, any good bets?
I can't because the lines are not even out for most of these fights.
It is 10 days away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe we can do a betting video closer to the card.
For sure. Anything else you guys want to touch on before we wrap it up?
Shout out Fluffy. He's gonna give me my first points this season.
Nice.
Shout out Austin Vanderford because he's clapping Paige Van Zandt.
Oh, he is. Oh, good for him. No.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let us know your predictions in the comments. Please go check out the TikTok. We got plenty of stuff on there. Go check out our previous vids, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.
Peace out.